To the history of 5% within hip hop, let's first discuss the origins of 5% in general. The 5% Nation, also known as the Nation of Gods and Earths, was established by a man named Clarence 13X. Clarence 13X was born Clarence Smith, February 22, 1928, in Virginia. Upon honorable discharge from the U.S. Army in 1960, after service in the Korean War, Clarence attended a speech by Malcolm X at the Nation of Islam's Temple No. 7. Shortly after hearing the speech, Clarence joined the Nation of Islam and was renamed Clarence 13X. Clarence was an avid student of Malcolm X and of NOI literature and lessons. In 1963, Clarence 13X began teaching his NOI students that the black man collectively is the original man and God. He rejected the NOI doctrine that its founder Wallace Fartt Muhammad was Allah. Between 1963 and 64, 13X left the Nation of Islam and founded the 5% Nation. A very quick breakdown of 5% lessons expresses that the black people of the earth are the original people and therefore the mothers or earths and the fathers or gods of civilization. The 5% Nation teaches that supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet, which were principles delivered by Clarence 13X, are keys to understanding humankind's relationship with the universe. The 5% Nation also teaches that 10% of the people in the world know the truth of existence, and they operate to keep 85% of the world dumb, deaf, and blind and under the control of the 10%. The remaining 5% are those who know the truth and are determined to enlighten the 85%. 5% teachings were first introduced in hip-hop in the early 80s through groups such as the world-famous Supreme Team. It's also noted that hip-hop pioneer DJ Kool Herc studied 5% teachings. The 5% Nation, or the Nation of Gods and Earths, took center stage in hip-hop when Rakim and Big Daddy Kane hit the scene. Both of these brothers became superstars in the late 80s, and they were both 5%. Around this same time, groups such as Brand Nubian and Poor Righteous Teachers further ingrained the 5% Nation in the hip-hop culture. The Nation of Gods and Earths had a profound impact on hip-hop's first golden era. Many of the top artists were either affiliated with the gods or related to teachings through their music. Wu-Tang Clan is a well-known group of 5%ers, and Nas often spreads the teachings of Clarence 13X, but is not a confirmed 5%er. Other 5%ers who started during the golden era include AZ, Busta Rhymes, Guru, and Just Ice. Considering the popularity of the Nation of Gods and Earths during the golden era, it's safe to say that the teaching somewhat lost its footing in hip-hop, with more artists opting for gangsterism or glamour rather than righteous teaching. Popular artists like Nas and members of Wu consistently spread the teachings, and Lord Jamar's 2006 release, the 5% album, was high level. In July 2013, Jay-Z released the Magna Carta Holy Grail album. This album contained heavy 5% references. On the track Crown, Jay raps, "You in the presence of a king, scratch that, you in the presence of a god." Then later says, "Ask if I was God." What I'm supposed to say, no? On the track Heaven, he opens the first verse, "Arm, leg, arm, head, this is God body." Common language amongst the 5% Nation. Jay-Z and Jay Electronica are playing a major part in keeping the teachings alive in hip-hop, most evident from their 2020 album, A Written Testimony. While there have been negative characteristics placed upon the Nation of Gods and Earths, especially in regards to youth crime and prison gang designation, and his mother is a singer and all of his siblings play instruments. Rakim grew up playing the saxophone and drums since the first grade. These facts definitely show in his cadence. He went through many transitions as a youth, but rapping was constant. His first rap name was Kid Wizard. Rakim was also a high school quarterback with scholarship offers, but he had to leave school to go on tour with his DJ Eric B and the likes of LL Cool J, and Rakim's Paid in Full. The album featured classics like I Ain't No Joke. Works from this album include his protege Large Professor, that Rakim was going to make his return with a new project. So go ahead and give y'all some more information on the 5% Nation. Did you know that hip-hop slang such as dropping jewels, peace, and son originate from the 5%'s influence on hip-hop? Fact 2. Nas recorded New York State of Mind off the Illmatic album in one take. He wrote the original 60-bar verse in the studio the same day he recorded it. Fact 3. Raekwon, born Corey Woods, got his rap name from the name he was given when he was a part of the Nation of Islam. Fact 4. Nas was the only non-Wu-Tang member featured on Raekwon's debut album, Only Built for Cuban Links. And Fat 5, in RZA's opinion, Ghostface's verse on the song Impossible from the Wu-Tang Forever album is the greatest Wu-Tang verse ever written.
Teachings of Clarence 13X, the 5% Nation, and its similarity to Freemasonry. Now, I haven't seen the 5%ers covered in any Masonic bridge the gaps between the 5%. Clarence 13X have bad people for him after in your heart, then you don't achieve that divinity, because that ritual is supposed to make you into a worshipful status by becoming closer to God, and becoming that perfect temple and the perfect as divine being, and to get yourself closer to that divinity when you have these energies in your atmosphere and in your household and in your family. Now, even in the Islamic Quranic point of view, when you recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, and we've got to realize, and the light from the sun, it's part of that foundation, where something that's already but you're just trying to unlock that within yourself. It is very quality other. He was not made to be ruled. What is right, what is wrong. They want to see that, okay, the awareness of the history and the culture of their people that they believed was not given credit to. Theosophy teachings are from the East. The status of his people disappear within another few years or so. So it's about becoming one with each other. Here we have Jamal al-Afghani on the left-hand side, who I believe was part of that divine plan to bring to fruition of the Moorish Science Temple, the Nation of Islam, the 5%ers, and all the groups that came to inception in the North American hemisphere. Now, Jamal al-Afghani was a Mason from the Middle East who strived to uplift the status of his people, just like how any other saint or teacher that came after him, like Clarence 13X, tried to profess to their people. And he was also the teacher of Madame Blavatsky of the Theosophy movement, whom she referred to him as Serapis Bey, or Serapis Bey, one of the ascended masters of the Brotherhood of Luxor, who were teaching everyone the immortality of the soul from the Masonic aspect as well, and how a lot of the Theosophy teachings are from the East. And Jamal al-Afghani was her teacher. And also in the winter of 1881 or 82, I believe, he came to America with his disciple Muhammad Abdu, who was also a Masonic jurist scholar and religious reformer. And together they taught the parents of Noble Drew Ali. And that's when they had planted the seeds, knowing what was to come, as even Noble Drew Ali, when he went there to the east, the elders of Egypt and Morocco were already expecting him. So he was sent here to plant these seeds, knowing that, once I plant these seeds, then eventually the Moorish Science Temple will come to fruition. Then all of these things will happen. Same thing with, on the right-hand side, you have W.D. Fard Muhammad, who also came in the Allah came in the form of Fard Muhammad. So that's what Nation of Gods and Earth is teaching you, is that what this man accomplished, all of you can too, by becoming one with that divine being. So he was also from the East, from the India-Pakistan area. So both of these gentlemen and brothers that came from the East to the West, bringing their knowledge from the East to the West, Masonically speaking, they came here and they planted these seeds. And what we see, whether it's 5%ers, Moorish Science Temple, Nation of Islam, is because of these brothers that brought their knowledge from the East to the West and planted the seeds here. Now, not too many people might know about their history in that aspect, but what they're teaching you, is the immortality of the soul and becoming one with the divine, is what all of these spiritual, paths profess, to become the perfect temple, whether it's Sufism, Islam, Freemasonry, the 5%ers, all paths, like Clarence 13X says, if you do righteousness, that's what you'll get. If you're wicked, that's what you'll get. So it's about honoring the teachings of those that came before us, planted, so we can pass that on to our children, because the children will be the link to the future and the generations. This is a diagram and a layout of what the 5%er hopes to be able to achieve within his lifetime here on Earth. Now, the G in the square and the compass in Freemasonry represents the gnosis, and they believe that there's 360 degrees of knowledge, and it just doesn't stop at 33, because those 360 degrees encompass their entire head, like a circle or a point within a circle. You have the chance to move anywhere. The crescent and the star of Islam, the crescent moon and the Islamic star, that's basically the Ma and sun. So the moon is Ma and the star is sun, Ma sun, or my son Mason. And they believe that the Christ basically is at the head, at your pineal gland, and you have to open your third eye for you to be able to achieve those, along with making sure that you're following the astrological signs of the things as well. Now, even with the 5-pointed star, which comes up in the Moorish flag as well, they say that, okay, you have the 5 points, and you have A-L-L-A-H, Allah, which is arm, leg, arm, head, and that's what completes the whole being. Islam, which is I, self, law, and master. God is generator, operator, destroyer. With their supreme mathematics, they can either create, build, or destroy. And heart, once you spell out the numerology of it, it comes up to a total of 25. Simplified, it becomes 7. So 7 for them is the perfect number, just like how the letter G is the 7th letter, and how even in Islam you have to circle 7 times around the Kaaba. And many people that go through the grand line in their grand lodges to become grand master, usually at their 7th year they're installed as the grand master and have 7 stars on their collars in most jurisdictions. So 7 is that totality of divinity. And the Quran, they spell it out as knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, astronomy, nature, similar to the liberal arts that a Mason is supposed to follow. Same with the sign here, which is the Hindu sign of peace. I mean, this sign has existed for thousands of years to ward off evil spirits, as the star child, or the sign of Saraswati. But unfortunately, with the recent events within the last 100 years in Western society, this sign is seen as evil. But you have to realize that these signs and symbols have existed for thousands of years. Testament could be your testes in your lower realm. The menti is your body, and the old becomes the new, and hence why the Mason covers that part of his body with an apron, because you have to circumscribe your desires and live within due bounds. And that's why you're supposed to not deplete your sexual fluids in any way as well, only for the purpose of creating a child, because when you deplete the energy of your temple, and if the foundation is weak, then your entire temple crumbles. But Western society encourages consuming adult content and depleting yourself through masturbation, but to achieve that enlightenment, you're supposed to preserve yourself as much as you can, so that energy flows through up and down through the Kundalini serpent, which goes up through your crown chakra, and then you become that perfect being and that perfect temple. And that's what they're teaching you here in this diagram, is that all is within you. You don't need to look anywhere to find divinity. You don't need to go to an imam or a pastor or a rabbi or anybody else that's practically not going to teach you that information that you're looking for, or to teach you that, okay, these other people, we're all basically following the same path. You have a society where everyone's trying to win converts or to their cause, or they want to feel good about what they're doing, but they're not teaching that we're all the same. There's very few people that are teaching that, and hence why they call themselves the 5%ers. because they believe that 85% want to keep the system of control, while the other percentage that's there, they want to take them the wrong way, that they say that the black man is God. But you got to realize that they have other races too that are 5%ers. Their motto is that they're pro-righteousness and pro-devil.
Okay. Suit and tie shit, man. Super fly shit, man. You understand? This is for the users and takers. This is for the movers and shakers. Hold on, player. Hey, look. Trying to hold on to some paper. Different flavor now, we're later gators. Hold on, player. Not trying to be held on by no haters. Do me no favors. Sharper than a razor. Matter of fact, do me a favor. Hold on, player. Hold on, player. I'm high up like the ozone layer. Loud back will put you down like a taser. Hold on, player. I run the city like the mayor. Might raise you on the caper, put that pistol to your taper. Like, hold on, player. Wow, it's a miracle. Wow, it's a miracle. 100,000 racks. Bow, it's a miracle. Wow, it's a miracle. Blue black Bugatti driving wild. It's a miracle. Wow, it's a miracle. Holy water got me hot as a cloud. It's a miracle. High off the loud. Wow, it's a miracle. Counting to my hands hurt, spilling money on my damn shirt. Used to have diamond grams of dirt. Now that tan worth. I'm about $1. You go ball, got a poppin' collar on the paper chase. I don't need to stop and holler how we're homecoming. I'm fresh as a blade, Mr. Marion Bird. I'm dressed like the mayor. Wow, it's a miracle. Wow, it's a miracle. Wow, it's a miracle. 100,000 practice. Wow, it's a miracle. Wow, it's a miracle. Read my testimony, I connect with homies, cause the rest is phony. Never testify in court. God bless the homie. Never testify, never ever testify. No preach. Never testify. Never talk to the church. Holy water, tabernacle, sanctuary. The law testify. Look. Bow. I'm clean like I'm going to somebody's funeral, Slim. It's a miracle. Like I'm going to church, Slim. Clean like these are Sundays, Slim. You hear me? It's a miracle. Bow. New black Ferrari driving wild. It's a miracle. Bow. It's a miracle. New black Ferrari driving wild. It's a miracle. I'm the best thing smoking. Y'all bullshitting, skylocking and open. Look here, player, I'm coaching. Well, I'm the best thing smoking, and I ain't talking Newport. I've been out Cali, back to New York. I'm the best thing smoking, burn slow like incense. Hold your head up like you an infant. First you see the imprint, then she breathe hard like windspread. I'm a no-nonsense pimp. Get stunned in suspense on the stage in my event. Hold up. Bitch, I'm the best thing smoking. Then your brain busts open. Purple and sour D's. OG Kush, White Widow. Catfish, but no K2. Stay true. We in the building, holler. Trying to turn these baggies into $1 million. Feeling like $1 million bucks, bottle after bottle. Grab a cup and fill it up. It's a miracle. New black Bugatti driving wild. It's a miracle. Wow. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Black got me high as a cloud. It's a miracle. Damn. Sanctuary. Tabernacle. Holy water. Tabernacle. Hold up.
Sky Cash, we here.
Fan club, she on my line, she in the fan club. You don't see the blood, you show my man love. I got all the damn drugs, I'm the damn plug. I'm coolin' with the goddamn thugs. She
You my height and you sexy.
with the goddamn thugs. ounce and a half of lean, hitting balls like a tag team. Fending off the cash and bling, styling like it's a magazine. Let's ride if you're trying to roll. Gin and tools down your vagina hole. Blood tucks down my spinal cord. Fuck you, straight like that nigga ironing board. My hotel room look like it's a party bus. Love packing Bacardi cups. I can bra sheep on Molly, yeah. I'm out the plastic fresh. Open casket fresh. With a blonde haired bimbo and a black girl nympho. Money flowing like casino. Let's get it. Bang club.